Hello, and welcome to Bipolar Thoughts. My name is Steven, and I'll be your host. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's show. I know it's been a little while since I made a full episode, and I haven't been consistent. But like I said in one of my other videos, I've had a lot of shit going on. I've had a few deaths in the family and some other things kind of going on. Just a lot of personal shit going on. School's kicked back up again, and I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I've got fraternities and fucking organizations and student government, everything else that, like, is just a bunch of shit. And then, like, on top of that, that's just in school things. And then there's outside things that I'm a part of, that I'm trying to work on, that take up time. So it's just been, I found myself in, like, not necessarily taking on more than biting off more than I could chew, but find myself more occupied than I used to be. So that's why things have just kind of been a little bit more inconsistent than they normally have, or that they used to be, I guess. And I apologize, I still haven't got rid of this rickety fucking chair. I don't know when I'm going to. Here in the summer, things are probably going to change. I believe that my kids are going to be coming, so I'm going to have all three of them, which means that I'm going to lose my office, which means I'm going to have to figure out some kind of new setup, and when and how I'm going to record, because that's going to be interesting. We'll figure that out. But I'm actually in a pretty good place right now. I mean, I don't want to jinx that, knock on wood, but I feel like for once in a long time, like, things are starting to kind of pan out the way that they're supposed to. Like I said, I'm not going to get into, like, each and every little thing, just because it's not really what's important. And honestly, I kind of wanted to keep this as kind of a shorter episode. I didn't really want it to go too long. But what's important is that I am okay. I'm doing okay. I wouldn't say that I'm not like manic okay, and I'm just okay. It's weird to say, and it's hard to, like, I guess, wrap your mind around that, especially if you're not, like, if you don't have bipolar, or if you don't have a mental health disorder, or or anything like that. Then it's like, well, yeah, you're supposed to be okay. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but it's just like, to be okay is like, it's almost like being melancholy, but without the, like, the lethargic, like, shit that comes with it, I guess. Like, with melancholy, you're like, you just don't give a shit. And it's not that I don't give a shit about things. Like, I've definitely lost interest in things, so my depression still hasn't completely gone away. I'm okay. I'm not in a bad place, but I'm not in a great place, but I'm in a good place. I feel like there are some things that have been kind of looming over my head that are starting to kind of, like, work themselves out. Again, like I said, my kids are probably going to be coming. That's a whole other kink that's kind of, I think, starting to work itself out. And so I think things are starting to look up, and that makes me feel good. It makes me feel hopeful, I wanted to give off some information on this episode about, like, what it's like to be bipolar and be in a good place, but I did some research to try and find, like, some kind of, like, neurological connection, or just, I don't know, anything, and maybe I just didn't do a good enough search or deep dive or whatever, but I just really couldn't find a whole lot on, like, specifically on, like, what it's like to be bipolar and be in a good place. It doesn't, like, everything just kind of came up with, like, symptoms of bipolar and shit like that. So it wasn't real, like, it was kind of hard to find like real like deep dive evidence. Again, I wanted to keep this kind of short, so I didn't want to put too much into it. Like I said, I've still got some things that are kind of like looming over my head, but they're starting to work themselves out, and I feel like things are falling into place the way that they're supposed to. I feel like the universe is kind of like, I mean, at some point I kind of threw my hands up and was like, all right, look, whatever, whoever, you're gonna have to make everything happen. You're gonna have to do this because I can't do it on my own. And I think that's an important thing, especially for people with bipolar, to understand, is that like it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say I'm not okay. And even doing that means that you are okay. I know that sounds kind of contradictory or like sounds weird, but just knowing that you're not okay means that you're doing okay enough to recognize that you're not okay. It sounds weird, but it's the truth. I mean, sorry. I mean, and they even say like in recovery, that like admitting is the first step. That you have a problem, that's the first step. Well, admitting that you need help is kind of like the first step, and it means that you're okay. That you're on the right path to being okay, or better than just okay, I guess. I don't know. But I did just kind of want to get all this out in the open. As things get updated, I'll kind of let you guys know. I'll talk about them more and more as things become more solid. Then I'll kind of keep you guys updated. And I know I'm sorry about there not being like a ton of information in this one. It just, there wasn't a ton to find. At least for me. If you can find it, then great. Please send me links. I would love to do another episode, with a deeper dive into this. That would really, I would love that. I don't know if you guys would, but I would love to do a little bit more about like what it's like to be, or not even just bipolar, but like to have any kind of mental disorder and to like be, or even in recovery if you have an addiction, and to just be okay. Not be, wildly on the wild side where you're just fanatically great and, fucking rainbows and sunshines, but you're not on the depressed, like, I can't get out of bed, don't want to, or melancholic, like, don't give a shit kind of way either. You just be, and be okay. That's a weird feeling for me. I don't know that I've ever been able to just be, like, and I don't know if that's a medicine or what. I just started acupuncture not long ago for my back, because I kind of screwed my back up when I was in the military. They actually just upped my percentage for it, which was a battle, but actually it really wasn't all that hard. I actually got a really nice lady this time around, so that I will say that was actually a pretty decent experience with the VA, which is very rare. I'm kind of off rambling now, but the point of it is that it's, I guess my main message is that it's okay to just be okay. I don't know what else to say other than that. I guess really my next big thing is I want to hear from you guys. I haven't really had a chance to like hear from you guys, so I would really like for you guys to put in the comments whether you like this episode, whether you would like to hear more information about it. If you have more information about it, leave it in the comments. Put some links in there, not just for me but for other people. because if you leave a comment and somebody else sees it, and your comment might inspire somebody else. So I might inspire you, but you might inspire somebody else, and all of that inspires me. So let's just kind of keep that train going, I guess. I feel like this is kind of a shitty episode, but it's 4:15 in the morning, and I gotta get it in when I can. I got shit I gotta do after this. Start getting ready for school. But I wanted to at least get this done, and at least get you guys updated a little bit on kind of what's going on, why I haven't been so consistent, and that I promise I'm gonna try and be a little bit more consistent. I'm working on a schedule. Once I get my schedule with the fraternity and with a few other things, kind of like some of the kinks kind of worked out, then I'll be able to figure out when I can be a little bit more, how I can be a little bit more consistent. But right now there's just a lot of things just kind of up in the air. So once those things figure themselves out, which they will in the next week or so, some of them at least, then I can build a better schedule, and I can be a little bit more consistent with you guys. But I appreciate all your help, all your support, and spread the love. Again, not just for me. I love the support. I love the community that we're building here, but I want this to be a community for everyone. I want it not to just be based on me. Like, if I want you guys to leave a comment, so that it, like, if you like it and you are inspired by something, or you have an idea, or you have more information or something, leave it in the comments so that somebody else might see it. Because if they see it and then they get inspired, then maybe they'll go off and they'll make their own episode or their own podcast. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't want this to be centered around me. I want this to be centered around us as a community. So I don't know, that's just what my goal is. Again, I feel like this was a shitty episode. I apologize. I'm going to end it just because I feel like I'm rambling and just wasting time and space on this. So I hope you enjoyed it, or at least got something out of it. Like, share, comment, whatever. Well, definitely like and share and comment. Subscribe, cool. I mean, I'd appreciate it, but I just want to get the message out there that you don't have to sit in the dark alone.